A messy house, a messy closet, a messy room, a messy car leads to a messy mind, a disorganized, disorderly, stressful mind. Because again, the brain craves organization. EQ gangsters. So I want to share and talk about some self-awareness, some energy management, and taking care of yourself based on a conversation I had with a medical professional who he's a PA and works 12 to 14 hour days, at least 5 days a week. Sometimes he's on call on the weekends and has a big family. I don't know, 4, 5, 6 kids, and is thankfully very intentional at investing into and taking care of his marriage. He does not currently apply that same level of intention at taking care of himself. And, you know, fatigue and burnout happens like a death of 1,000 paper cuts. It's typically not one event that takes us out. It's typically a series of multiple events, and we find ourselves where we're not processing any of it. And what happens is the image that I gave him was, and I use this with a number of my clients. So we have, let's say there's 10. So here's the actual process that I walked him through. Write down all the stuff that's on your plate from a stress standpoint. What are all the things that are causing you stress? Write them down. And it could be 5 things, there could be 10 things. I said, and I want the big stuff and the little teeny stuff. I want everything. And you may find, if you do this exercise, that let's say you may have 20 things on your list, or maybe 10 things on your list, however many there are. Let's say 10 for the sake of the conversation. Typically, there's 3 or 4 that take up 80% of the stress. Next to each of those things that you write down on your stress plate that's causing you stress, put the actual percentage of stress that particular area is causing you. This is causing me 20% of my stress. This is causing me 70% of my stress. This is causing 5% of my stress. Because it all contributes. Again, it's a death by 1,000 paper cuts. It's not necessarily, oh my gosh, there's one thing and it's 100% of my stress and I have no other stress outside of that. That's probably rare, at least based on my experience with the hundreds and hundreds of leaders that I've been working with over the past 2 decades. Take those top 3, 4, 5 things that are taking 80% of the stress, and then get a separate notebook paper for each topic. And then you write down all the emotions pertaining specifically to that particular area of stress. What is that area? Topic 1. What are all the emotions surrounding topic 1? Then go to topic 2. What are all the all the emotions surrounding topic 2? Then go to topic 3. What are all the emotions leading to topic that are surrounding topic 3, et cetera, et cetera. Because what happens is, all these different chemicals, which are causing, which are the different emotions, create this cocktail, this chemical cocktail in our bodies that end up looking like and or feeling like those big rubber band balls that, if you've ever seen those those big balls that are made up of just hundreds of rubber bands. You've got blue rubber bands and green ones and black ones and orange ones, and I think I've even talked about this before on a previous episode, but I think it's worth repeating. And so what our brains are miracle organizers, right? Just as master organizers. Our brains organize massive amounts of data on a second by second basis. And so the necessity to organize is critical for good brain functioning. Think about it this way. A messy house, a messy closet, a messy room, a messy car leads to a messy mind, a disorganized, disorderly, stressful mind. Because again, the brain craves organization. So the more organized that you can, have your house, your car, your closet, then the easier it is for your brain to function and think. Well, that's the same with emotions. So this chemical cocktail creates this big giant rubber band ball of 50 emotions, 100 emotions that are all related to different stuff. You got blue rubber bands in there, green rubber bands, orange, right? Like I said before. Well, so what you do is, what's happening when you do this exercise is you're taking all the blue rubber bands, all the emotions related to topic number one, and you're organizing it in topic number one. Then you're taking all the green rubber bands that are related to topic number two, all those emotions, sticking them in a pile. Then you go into the blue emotions, or the whatever I'm on, the black emotions, all the emotions related to topic number three, etc., etc. And just by doing that exercise right there, you're helping your brain organize its house, clean its house. And now your mind, your heart, and your body can start massaging those emotional knots that you have identified. When they're all that ball of emotions, that ball of rubber bands are stuck together, that by itself can lead to more stress and anxiety because those emotions aren't organized. You haven't been able to organize those particular emotions. Quick shout out to our sponsor, classicalconversations.com/Gibbons. Definitely recommend, again, highly encourage, suggest checking out classicalconversations.com/Gibbons. There's a couple free downloads on there. And also you can put in your information and based on where you live, and actually talk to a local person in your area to ask them whatever questions you have about homeschooling and home education. No commitments, like for free 99. Call them up, put in your information where the area you're kind of living in, the county, the zip code, whatever, kind of give you the area, the county, and then boom, a local person in your area will pop up, and now you can ask that person specific questions based on your specific family situation, your specific work situation, your specific state, town, community, and super helpful resource. Again, classicalconversations.com/Gibbons. It's the program we've been using for our daughter for 11 years now, and have been very, 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 very thankful. So the other huge piece in talking to this PA was the other piece of that was his own recharge menu. I use this tool a lot with a lot of my clients as well, the leaders I work with, is write down a list of all the different things that recharge you, that give you energy. From the big giant stuff, a week vacation in Hawaii, to the, man, when I listen to Jump Around by House of Pain, man, it gets me pumped every time I listen to it. So from the big stuff to the little stuff. It could be wearing a certain, like this is my Christmas sweater. For those of y'all on YouTube, you can check it out. It says Jiu-Jitsu and Tacos. What? And if you're on the podcast, if you want to check out one of my super close homie family members, Rowena hooked me up with this sweater for Christmas. It is awesome. So because I like the fabric, so I like the message, so I like wearing the sweater. I just got it, and so boom, like down to if there's a particular socks that you like to wear, a particular shoes or sweats or pajamas, like put down all the different little things. A 5-minute nap, a 2-hour nap, going fly fishing, going hunting, going for a walk, looking at barndominiums, whatever your jam is. Write down a recharge menu, because here's another thing for a lot of the leaders that I work with. It's tough for them to even begin working on emotions and emotional intelligence if they're doing a bad job of energy management. So that's one of the first things I do is when I'm working with somebody is where are your energy levels at? How's your energy levels? Let's get you where you're increasing your self-awareness to become more aware of your energy levels at any given time of the day. Let's put together an energy management plan for you. Let's see how that, let's create that and develop that over the course of the next 1 to 3 months. And then let's start tackling some of the emotional stuff. Because if you're physically, mentally, and emotionally smoked and exhausted, it's going to be very difficult to work on emotional stuff. Emotions saps a lot of physical energy from us, because again, emotions are ultimately chemicals produced by our bodies. So that's an important aspect of this whole process, of this whole, topic today is your energy management. You know what I mean? Your recharge menu, you know what I mean? Which is, again, you got to have self-awareness to work through some of that stuff. So anyway, if there was any part of this that was helpful and added value to you, please, I'd love a 15-second, just a quick review. And, on the podcast platform, a rate, a reviews. Thank you for subscribing, sharing a particular episode with maybe a friend or a family member that you feel resonated with you. You matter. Your emotional health and your emotional freedom is worth the pain and the discomfort and the journey to get there. And emotionally healthy people help heal other people emotionally. Emotionally healthy leaders create emotionally healthy cultures and organizations, which lead to optimized, maximized results, engagement, outcomes, and performance. Unaddressed emotions don't get better over time. They actually compound. If you don't deal with your emotional issues, your friends, family, and coworkers will be forced to.